It's really been a busy few weeks. We're heading over to, really get a great look at the 5,000 over here in Fort Lauderdale that's grown in significantly, and really meet with our team players over there working on the aquarium to recognize that it all happens because of what I call the Aquarium A team. Going back at why we're building these incredible aquariums, the big reason is because we love it. This is a fascinating business that we've been in. I've been in literally my entire life, and that Joe continues to mature in with our entire team, between Giovanni, who's been with us for over 14 years now. Ryan Lincoln has been with us for over 11. Sean Berner has been with us for over 11. Ashton's back there running CHEMI-PURE for well over 5 years. Jolene and I, obviously a lifetime of doing this, literally, for well over 50 years. You've got Josh with us for over 3 years right now. Steve Culbertson has been working with us extensively. He's been in the industry a solid 15 plus years. I think Ryan Lincoln has been at it for 20 some years. Ryan, how long have you been dealing with aquariums servicing? 25, 20?
25 years.
Again, Ryan has been at it for 25 years. But one thing that you can see that really emulates out from the success of the aquarium is that time frame in the industry. The more experience that you gain, the more that you recognize you don't know everything. And it's impossible, I believe, to really say that you know everything within this trade, especially when you go out and you go to places like TSA, meet with Kevin Berta, and Worldwide Corals, and Vic and Lou, and Reef Co. with Brian Dunleavy. You just go down all the coral farmers, ORA obviously, Tidal Gardens. I mean, there's just a tremendous amount of people with extensive experience, and they're all doing things in a similar way, but not all the same. So we are fortunate, to be here in South Florida and have been building some massively successful reef and jellyfish aquariums for dozens and dozens of years to get to the point where we have this thriving, incredible reef that we have to dive in every single week. And really the main reason is just to get the dot algae off the front of the acrylic. You get some spaces, you get a little tiny scratch here or there that you've got to clean a little bit more to get the algae that grows in the surface of the aquarium to keep moving forward into massive success with a large coral reef aquarium like this. Going into the filtration, let's look over on this closet. So here's the east closet. We still have the 4 clear water scrubbers operating. The fluidized DELTEC calcium reactor runs super well with the fluidized media that's specifically designed for use in the DELTEC fluidized calcium reactor. Obviously, we've replaced some dose heads over time, but we're using the dose heads to meter out the supersaturated water rich in calcium and alkalinity coming out of the reactor. It's really the only way to keep up with the calcification that goes on inside the aquarium. 200 watt aqua ultraviolet UV sterilizer we're changing twice a year. That bulb and sleeve gets changed. Our dual AC systems, which are water cooled chillers, one's running at 79, one runs at 77. So we'll always get to the point of about 78. That one will kick in. We'll alter those every 6 months, and one will be the dominant AC unit, and one will a water cooled chiller, and the other one will be the secondary backup unit. So we have dual chillers for this aquarium because temperature is super important to keep in check. And those sun tubes way up there, I mean, those things that was just a dream to pull that off, to be able to, request from the owner and builder to put sun tubes in and have enough forethought to think about that in advance of, how awesome it would be to have south-facing side of this house facing the sun here in South Florida and to be receiving that natural light in all the time. That coral food that Joe has in there is the Captivate food by Chris Woods that we hydrate before he goes in the dive, and then he's going down there and feeding even the aquaculture favias and some of the different lobophilias and scholemias with that food. So on every dive every week, you can see the reaction from the corals. The acanthophilias will eat it, and other different corals, the ridge corals, the gonoporas. I mean, just think about how many mouths are on a gonopora. Chalices, he's feeding them a little bit, but it's really awesome to feed the aquarium by hand on a weekly basis, even though they're getting metered foods in from the Reef Nutrition in the refrigerator upstairs. So acroporids, I mean, all those corals are feeding. So I know for sure that Ryan has the liquid feeds from Reef Nutrition. We have some cycles going off at night because plenty of the corals do feed at night and the fish are typically sleeping. So you're not getting the fish really eating the food, but you're getting the corals eating the food. You can just see the natural reaction even from the chromis and the school of Antheus. With the food that Joe's putting in, they're actually literally rolling around and eating that food too, which is really a coral food, microplankton that gets hydrated, and they're eating that as well. Just look at these pink square Antheus there. Sometimes you'd get them and they do really well, but this pink square Antheus right here is just stupendous. That came from Cairns Marine when Jolene and I went to Australia about a year ago now, when we got a shipment brought back in, but they're just incredible. So from a private reef aquarium perspective, we're looking at something that is not easily attainable and takes a lot of dedicated work and a team of like-minded A-team aquarists to care for and grow this particular aquarium here. Really, I mean, even looking at it right now for the next 10 years, you know, what do we do? We're at year 3 now. 7 years from now, where are we going to be? Going on to the other side of filtration, we have, of course, the 2 really large DELTEC skimmers that are in here. The calc stirrer is still operating as function. There was a small issue, I remember, with the GFO reactor. I think Ryan's taking GFO and putting them in bags right now, so something on the bottom of that unit failed. So we've ordered another one that is in process of coming in right now. All the Abyss pumps are all operating. They've been serviced. The check valves get serviced, and the overall, there's several things we've had to do. You know, fix the apex brain, replace some of the apex components. That's pretty standard. But I know Ryan is doing water changes every week now, and you're doing 300-gallon water changes every single week. All right, so we're doing 900 gallons of water every week. So that is approximately 18% of volume of the whole entire aquarium. Every single week, we're doing that much as far as water changes go. A couple of items that have happened here. The woodwork was above the aquarium. They've now kind of expanded the space with some mirrors, maybe gives the room a little bit larger effect. There's some changes going on with the interior in the space, but we'll probably see that next time we come and video it. The Aquarium A team has been doing a phenomenal job. We've got the greatest team in the nation working with us, and you know, the results really show. Doing what we love, growing really spectacular reef aquariums and jellyfish aquariums. So remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.